Hi there. I'm going to probably break down these next Q&A sessions into a couple because we've got a lot of area to cover. And I've gotten quite a few more questions. So this is Q&A number 3. And there are several questions I've gotten about whether or not you have to be born into demonolatry to be an effective magician or demonolator, or if myself or any of my friends believe that you have to be born into demonolatry to be a demonolator or to be an effective demonolator. The answer to all of that is no. I've never said, nor do I believe, nor do any of my friends, to my knowledge, believe that you have to be born into a demonolatry family or trained in a traditional demonolatry group in order to be an effective demonolator or a magician. So that's totally not true. Really, if you're getting results with your magic, then whatever you're doing is what's making you an effective magician. So consider it, look at it from the results aspect. If you're getting the results you want, then that's all that matters. And if you have that connection to yourself and the divine, that's all that matters. You don't have to be born into it. I think that's kind of, just weird. That's one of those weird exclusive things that, somewhere along the line somebody must have said something, and who knows where that came from exactly. The next question is, well, first of all, it has been said that all of our books are beginner books, and in part, some of that's true. A lot of people want to know which DB publishing titles are good for beginners and which ones are better for more advanced practitioners. The reality is all of our books are beginner friendly, so far. If you want, this is the quintessential beginner book right here. This is the basics of the type of demonolatry that I practice, my denomination, and covers a great deal of what other demonolators believe too. Not all of them, clearly, because there's so many beliefs out there that it would be, crazy to think you could cover them all in one book. But this book is the basic. It's a good refresher for the adept, the spiritual adept, but it is really for the beginner. I wrote it for beginners, and I'm actually quite proud of the fact that I wrote it for beginners. Then you have books that are good for just about anybody because, they're just, books, they're collections of ideas. That's what books are. Demonolatry Rites, that is a book for everybody. The Aeter Votum, which is a bunch of prayers, that's a book for everybody. Now, Goetic Demonolatry, while it is beginner friendly, I do think that the advanced practitioner is going to get a little bit more out of it. Just because, Ellen is kind of vague, and she's got that, whole old school magician, archaic thing going on. But, even beginners can use this book. Sanctus Quatrodecim, probably okay. It's probably okay for beginners, but I think advanced magicians will actually get something out of this one too. Art of Creative Magic, this is actually a beginner book for people of all paths, all magical paths. And, it can be used by someone who's more advanced, but I'm pretty sure that anyone who's advanced already knows all this material. Demonolatry Goetia, I guess that depends on your opinion of whether or not Goetia is beginner material. If you think Goetia is beginner material, then okay, it probably is, but this is like a very beginner-friendly book. Just because, I have outlined step-by-step instructions for people to use. I don't want to make any of my books purposefully archaic or non-friendly for beginners. Now, the one book that does cover all the beginner stuff that you're going to need to know for demonic magic is here in this one, but also there's enough advanced material in this book to really, take you a little further than the beginner stuff. This isn't just, your run-of-the-mill spells and charms and formulas and all that crap. It actually has some real high magic in it, and there's alchemy, the 3 great pillars of magic, all that kind of stuff is covered in this book. Sex magic, creating servitors, bonding items, you name it, it's probably in here. We've tried to make it as thorough as possible. I'm sure we've missed something. And of course, it does cover a lot of advanced stuff, and you're going to find that most of the books released hereafter for DB Publishing are going to lean more toward the advanced student and practitioner, just because you can only cover the basics so many times. Unless we put out more ritual books or whatever, those will be fine for everybody. So take that as you will, and I hope that's answered that question. I'm going to actually switch now to a different video to answer the rest of the questions.